What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to another very exciting Liverpool transfer news video. And Darwin Nunez has completed his medical at Liverpool FC according to Fabrizio Romano, and in this video we will have you guys the latest update on the Sadio Mane transfer situation, what other players are Liverpool targeting, because Liverpool are far from done in the transfer window, and also I will reveal to you guys when exactly the official announcement from Liverpool FC is going to come. So if you enjoy these videos, leave a like and subscribe if you are new here so you never miss the daily Liverpool transfer updates that I post here on my channel. So Fabrizio Romano said that Mane and Darwin Nunez have both completed the final part of their medical test today, this morning, and it was all good for both deals to proceed. So Nunez has signed a contract with Liverpool for 6 years until 2028, and the same can be said with the Mane Real Madrid deal. But yeah, I'm actually more excited about Darwin Nunez than I would have been for Mane, because yes, Mane is a great midfielder, but I don't think he's worth 100 million euros that Real Madrid are paying for him. Darwin Nunez is a pure goal scorer and he could become one of the best strikers in the world in the next 5-6 years. So that of course I think it justifies the 64 million pound transfer fee that Liverpool are paying for Darwin Nunez, and it could turn into an 80-85 million pound transfer depending on how many bonuses will be triggered by Darwin Nunez's performances, and also by how many trophies and titles Liverpool will win in the next 5 years. And I still think that Liverpool are looking to sign another midfielder. The fact that we were interested in Erling and Mane indicates to me that Liverpool are not done when it comes to looking for midfielders in the transfer window, even though we have Harvey Elliott now fully fit. Of course, Curtis Jones is going to have an even better season now that he's more experienced, and also we will have Fabio Carvalho, who could theoretically play in the midfield, even though Jurgen Klopp reportedly wants to use him as a striker. And I will make a separate video on Liverpool's next big transfer target, because Fabrizio Romano claimed that Liverpool are progressing in talks with Aberdeen for the young 18-year-old Scottish right back Calvin Ramsey. Personal terms are agreed and the fullback wants a Liverpool move. Work in progress to get it done with add-ons in the agreement. Aberdeen saw how much Liverpool paid for Darwin Nunez and they realized they could get maybe even more money for Ramsey, so that's why the deal is stalling at the moment. And Paul Joyce has broke down how this Darwin Nunez transfer is structured. Julian Ward, Liverpool's director of football, has been in Portugal over the weekend to secure the transfer, which could make the 22-year-old Darwin Nunez the most expensive transfer in Liverpool's history. I mean, more expensive by, because I don't think we are breaking Coutinho's transfer record anytime soon. Liverpool will pay 64 million pounds, 75 million euros for Nunez to Benfica, with a potential further 12.8 million linked to appearances and 8.5 million based on Darwin Nunez performing in a very successful Liverpool team. So the 8.5 million is tied to Liverpool winning the Premier League, the Champions League and other trophies. And Steven Warnock, the former Liverpool player, said that Liverpool may have been forced into taking a little bit of a gamble on Darwin Nunez because of Mane's decision to leave. They might have waited an extra season but have had to do something this year. But I'm excited about Darwin Nunez coming in. I saw him firsthand against Liverpool last season and he's different to what Liverpool have at the moment. Look at the variety of goals he scores. It will allow them to change their style, and it will be really interesting to see what Jurgen Klopp does this season with the playing style and how he will alter the tactics. And it can be the same can be said with Man City as well. And Paul Joyce also said that Julian Ward has been holding talks with Rui Costa, the Benfica president, and Rui Pedro Braz, the sporting director, in an attempt to persuade Benfica to lower their guaranteed asking price of 80 million euros and restructure add-ons of 20 million. That has now been achieved with Nunez's desire to play for Klopp, meaning that an auction did not develop, with Manchester United also keen on the player. 6-year contract, personal terms on that is not a problem. Nunez already agreed to that even before Liverpool reached an agreement with Benfica, and Nunez will be one of the highest earners at the club. He will not be one of the highest earners. He's only he will only earn around 96,000 pounds per week. So 96k weekly wages puts him around 6th to 8th in the wage bracket when it comes to, you know, the highest earners at Liverpool. And that is one of the reasons why Liverpool will pay such a significant transfer fee, because Darwin Nunez's wages are nowhere near as high as some of Salah or Van Dijk or even Mane's wages were. And according to Paul Joyce, after Jurgen Klopp reviewed Darwin Nunez's group stage games where he scored 2 goals against Barcelona, he scored against Bayern Munich, and also he played against Ajax in the last 16, which Benfica went through that tie as well. After Jurgen Klopp reviewed that footage, he fell in love with Darwin Nunez already, even before Liverpool played Benfica. And then after we played Benfica, where Darwin Nunez scored 4 goals across 2 games against Liverpool. Yes, 2 of them were disallowed, but still, that's clinical finishing against one of the best defenses in the world and one of the best goalkeepers in the world, Alisson. And Darwin Nunez still scored 4 past us. So Jurgen Klopp saw firsthand what a brilliant, hugely talented striker that he is. So Liverpool, I think, already decided that we are going to sign Darwin Nunez either this summer or next summer. But now that Mane decided to leave Liverpool, I think that accelerated the progress of this transfer deal. And Fabrizio Romano also confirmed that Minamino will leave Liverpool this summer. The plan hasn't changed. 3 clubs have opened talks to explore a potential permanent move, and Minamino is going to decide his next club soon. The price tag for the Minamino deal is around 17 million euros, which is around 14 million pounds. And I think Wolves, Leeds United and Southampton are the most interested clubs, maybe Aston Villa as well. And according to the Mirror newspaper, Sadio Mane had a wage demand of £400,000 per week, which is 3 times as much as what he's earning right now at Anfield. And that is, wow, that is absolutely a staggering wage fee. And Liverpool just simply didn't want to pay that. And considering we are swapping Mane for a 22-year-old Nunez, who will be on £96,000 per week, that's an absolute bargain deal if you just look at the wages. Just, £400,000 per week. We would have to increase the wages of all the Liverpool players if we gave Mane that. And according to the news outlets, Bayern Munich are willing to pay Mane £360,000 per week to join them. So good luck to Mane, and he will earn a big wage at Bayern Munich. And if Bayern can afford it, no problem. But I think for Liverpool it makes more sense to sell Mane right now to get his wages off the wage bill. And we still get around 40 million for Sadio Mane. Bayern Munich are stepping up and they are planning to submit a 3rd bid for Sadio Mane. And I think that will be accepted because that will be closer to Liverpool's valuation, a lot closer. I expect Bayern to bid like 35-36 million pounds with another 8 to 10 million pounds with add-ons and bonuses, and that will satisfy Liverpool, I think. It's a shame that Sadio Mane is leaving Liverpool because he's one of my favorite players, and I just watched Sadio Mane, a lot of Sadio Mane's goals. He scored 120 goals for Liverpool, and he has been an absolutely fantastic, very reliable player who is hardly ever injured and who scored 20 goals a season on average. And it's very hard to find a player who just comes in and scores 20 goals a season for 6 seasons. But Liverpool's recruitment has been absolutely top notch recently, so I trust Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool to mold Darwin Nunez into another striker who can score 20 goals a season, maybe even more. And Jamie Carragher admitted that Liverpool needed to freshen up the front line this summer, especially after not scoring a goal in 3 cup finals. Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp normally get the recruitment right, Jamie Carragher said. Certainly when they spend big, and the type of figures we are talking here, that's what they spent on goalkeeper Alisson and Van Dijk, and they made a huge difference. Liverpool do need to refresh the front line because of the age of that front 3. who have been absolutely fantastic for the last 4 or 5 years with Liverpool. It is sad to see it broken up in some ways, but it had to come to an end sooner or later. With Sadio Mane looking like he's going to move on, Liverpool had to do something, and he's the one they have identified. I think the start of next season, Liverpool's best front three will be Salah on the right, Darwin Nunez in the middle, and Luis Diaz on the left. Of course, we will have Diogo Jota and Fabio Carvalho as well. And maybe we will use Harvey Elliott sometimes on the wing as well, but he doesn't really have the pace to play as an out-and-out winger. Will that be enough? And of course we will have Bobby Firmino as well. So with Carvalho, Luis Diaz, Salah, Darwin Nunez, Bobby Firmino and Diogo Jota, Liverpool will have 6 very good world forwards and 4 of them potentially world-class forwards. Maybe 5 if Darwin Nunez really hits the ground running, but right now I'm reluctant a little bit to say that Darwin Nunez is world class, but definitely Salah, Diaz, Jota and Bobby Firmino are all world class players when they are fit and firing. I think Liverpool will have a very, very good range of strikers available to them. And I wish Sadio Mane all the best at Bayern Munich. I think he earned the right to choose his next club. He put in absolutely amazing 6 years of services at Liverpool. He was almost always available. He gave his heart and soul to the club. Won us 6 trophies in 6 years, and I wish him all the best, and I think he deserves to go to Bayern and to earn a big salary in the next 3 or 4 years, which will help his local community in Africa, building schools and hospitals, and that's for a good cause. And also Mane hopefully will win the Bundesliga with Bayern. Hopefully they won't do too well in the Champions League. Hopefully Liverpool can knock them out if we come up against them, which would be a fascinating scenario now that Mane is going to Bayern Munich. But yeah, I wish Mane all the best, honestly, in the Bundesliga. And Jamie Carragher also spoke out about Erling Haaland going to Man City and saying that it's a little bit of a worry for the rest of the Premier League. We are talking about one of the world's greatest strikers, even at such a young age. I don't think anyone should be raising the white flag just yet, because it's going to be very interesting how Haaland fits into Man City's team. Pep Guardiola hasn't really used a center striker for the last 2 years, and he has still been very successful. So it will be really interesting to see how Haaland settles. But from the Premier League's point of view, I think it is fantastic that we have got one of the world's leading players right now joining our league. That doesn't always happen, certainly at a young age, as a lot of his best years are going to be in the Premier League. So it will be really exciting for everyone to watch, but it's obviously going to be a tough proposition trying to stop Manchester City. And Man City have so many players now who don't play through the middle. They keep the ball so well and they control the game so well. Maybe they will lose a little bit of that. So I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that means Man City are going to win everything. They have a great team and a great manager, and I actually think Haaland coming won't make that much of a difference in terms of how many points they get. They always get in the mid-90s for points anyway, which is a remarkable feat. He may have been brought in just to make that difference in those games where they just fell short, maybe more in the Champions League than in the Premier League actually. He will change, he will evolve. He has still a lot to learn. He's a young player. He will learn off one of the greatest coaches in world football. He will bring things to his game, but he should also remember not to change too much. He's what he is, powerful, pace, the goals he gets. That's what I'm intrigued with, how he fits into that Pep Guardiola style, which is a bit more slow and technical than the end-to-end type of football you see in the Bundesliga. And yeah, the Bundesliga and especially Borussia Dortmund games are a lot more open, and there is a lot more space for Haaland to run into. So it will be interesting how he can fare against low block teams who just park the bus against Man City. But Haaland is so dominant that I still think he will score a lot of goals. Let's just hope that Liverpool can somehow outpace Man City in the title race and win the Premier League title, because to see Man City winning the Premier League title 4 out of the last 5 seasons, it's really boring, and it's a disgrace that the Premier League Financial Fair Play Committee is allowing Man City to just buy the Premier League basically. And if it wasn't for Liverpool, there wouldn't be any Premier League title races to watch. It would be just Man City sweeping to a 20-point lead and winning the Premier League title every single season. So I really think that Liverpool have a chance to finish ahead of Man City, but we will have to do an almost perfect season. I mean, last season we did an almost perfect season and it wasn't enough. to win the title, which was absolutely ridiculous. And Portuguese football expert Pedro Sepulveda also said that Man United actually offered more money to Benfica and they offered a bigger salary for Darwin Nunez, but of course Darwin Nunez, for him playing for Liverpool and playing in the Champions League and playing for Jurgen Klopp, it was very decisive, and Darwin Nunez decided to play for Liverpool and not choose Manchester United. There is a big gulf in class at the moment between Man United and Liverpool, so I'm just really glad that now we are a more attractive club than Man United, but a lot more attractive, let me say it like that. But this football expert in Portugal also said that maybe the transfer fee will put a little bit too much pressure on Darwin Nunez and he might not handle that pressure that well. But I'm sure that Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool players will support him 100%, and hopefully he will have enough confidence to perform even when under pressure. So that's it for today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun making it again. Thanks for watching. See you later. Goodbye.